Hello, good afternoon. This is Panchaleshwar Nayak, and I go by Punch. People call me the real Punch. Well, today we're going to talk about the PCF 2.0 technical overview. So, here, um, today's agenda, we are going to talk about the technical products, features, and functionalities of Pivotal 2.0, and we'll also have a demo after that, and we'll have a Q&A later after the demo. Okay, so going ahead and the level set here, what are, we must understand before trying to figure out what is Cloud Foundry, how it can help us, but we can what we're trying to achieve and what is our pain points exactly, and do we have any particular milestone to achieve, and do we have some dates in mind that before that time we need to achieve certain things. Also, we need to understand if there is some decision already has been made at the client side. If the client wants a particular technology, the cloud environment, or some sort of decision already has been made. This is very important to design our presentations going forward. So going ahead again, so this is what I have just given a customer achievement. So what a typical customer achievement is, they took almost 14 months to create one mobile app version 2.5, and they after that they adopted Cloud Foundry and the Cloud Foundry application environment, the PaaS, and then they actually they didn't save a single line of code, but they rewrote the whole applications, and they wrote that in 14 weeks. And that 3.0 was achieved in 14 weeks, and after the 3.1 was achieved in 14 days. So what do you think this kind of velocity is possible, and with what? So here it is, and with 12-factor app mixed with the DevOps, continuous delivery, microservices, and containers, when both combined together, they could achieve a tremendous velocity, which they could, that means they could entirely produce application in just 14 days. And that's the velocity we are going to speak about. I'm going to speak more about velocity and in the many later slides. This is another slide which also takes about one of our other customer who achieved some figures and numbers are here. That is Comcast figures. If you see that the time to market, the scale at which they could achieve, and they were running the business, the resilience they achieved is tremendous. If you see that, if they were releasing almost 18 previous to 18 releases per year per platform, and they could achieve almost 6 times. That's the value and velocity we're going to speak about. Okay. So moving ahead, and we are going to in this slide we're going to speak about the what are the value propositions Cloud Foundry brings. So here the 4S. The 4S stands for the speed, stability, scalability, and security. So the speed, the time to market, which I just saw in my previous slides, how the customer could achieve what speed, and the time to market it was. And if you adopt a Java application, Spring Cloud application, .NET application, or Node.js applications, and there is container ready, and it is definitely fully integrated with the CI/CD environment. Okay, and then the scalability is we have the stability is we have 4 layers of HA, and which gives a guarantee that there will be no downtime for your applications. So the zero downtime deployments are possible with uh, 4 layers of with the help of logging, metrics, and scaling. And we do support definitely Linux and Windows Server. And the scalability with multiple, with the almost unlimited pool of physical and virtual and services, we can achieve full scalability in for any applications. And the security, obviously, security is inbuilt to Pivotal Cloud Foundry, and that is achieved by the underlying infrastructure, underlying virtualization layer, the underlying IIS, infra as a service, which is actually the PaaS sits on. And that is what we achieve the security of that environment, which is abstracted from the customers by we regularly update the CVE, and we rapidly fix the bugs and newly found bugs and so on and so forth. And we definitely adopt the 3 Rs, that is repair, repave, and rotate, to achieve the security and of the applications. We're going to speak about the evolution happens today, and you see that today's organizations, not a single environment is definitely suitable for running your applications. And any enterprise, they have multiple set of applications which requires multiple runtimes, and whether it is a microservice based containers, data services, and the batch processing jobs, or if it is a monolith applications, or a function which is event driven applications, which is a sorts, which runs for a very short span of time. If in previous generations they used to have IaaS and PaaS, but in today's environment there are thousands of applications needs thousands of different runtime, and that's what in today's application we put a lens in terms of the following application environments. For that we need a different runtime, and we at Cloud Foundry have multiple applications, multiple and runtimes to support these applications. And we definitely choose the right runtime for each workload. We do have options. We give the customer to have different runtime and different options for running their containers, running their applications, and running their functions, and so on and so forth. And Pivotal also invest heavily on open source. And if you see that, we are way ahead on some of the companies like IBM and Intel in terms of the open source code which we are delivering to the community. And if you see that in 2017, the GitHub code contribution, only Microsoft and Google are ahead of us, and Red Hat is of course ahead of us, but we are ahead of Intel and IBM almost in many ways. We do have Spring, Cloud Foundry, Concurs, which is a CI/CD tool, the BOSS, which is for a release management, open source release management systems, SteelToe, RabbitMQ, Apache, and Jido, the Greenplum database, all are open source technologies. And here you see that